So, the OPPO Pad SE is in the house. It's OPPO's latest budget tablet that doesn't scream budget at first glance. In fact, it's got the sleek minimalist vibe going on that feels way more premium than its price tag might suggest. But how does that hold up beyond the looks? Let's dive into the design, display, performance, and everything in between to see if this affordable slate is worth your time. On the outside, the OPPO Pad SE doesn't try to look like a cheap budget tablet, but rather, it sports a sleek minimalist look. Our unit is in the Starlight Silver colorway, and its back housing has this two-tone finish, albeit both are matte to the touch. Up close, while the frame is mostly flat, you'll see some slight curves around the edges. This tablet is surprisingly lightweight and slim, weighing only 530 grams and goes 7.39 millimeters thin. This setup, along with the micro-curved edges, makes it more comfortable to carry around. Its metallic body is quite resistant to smudges, and the material used adds a level of premium in the hands. The caveat though is that the tablet has no added protection whatsoever, so it's best to slap on a protective case and try not to spill your coffee on this thing. Yikes, I should move this in. Noted. For I/Os, in the landscape orientation and facing the screen, you'll find the volume rocker and microphone slit on the top. Although it's kinda weird that there's two separate volume up and down buttons. Anyways, the power button is on the left along with two speaker grills, while the other two speakers and USB-C port are located on the right side. The bottom part is left clean. As you may have noticed, there's no SIM card nor a micro SD card slot, and that is quite a drawback considering other tablets in this price range support expandable storage, and some even have LTE connectivity. Flip the tablet to the front and you're greeted by an 11-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD panel running at 90Hz refresh rate. Screen resolution is definitely crisp for its class. While the peak brightness tops at 500 nits, it's decent enough for indoor use. Plus, the display bezels are surprisingly slim, but not too slim for my palm to register accidental touches. Apparently, there's a matte display version of the OPPO Pad SE, but that model's only available in Singapore, which is kind of a bummer. It would have been nice to see an affordable tablet with a matte screen, since this feature is currently limited for the high-end models. Okay, back to the OPPO Pad SE. Its visual quality is decent, and since it's using an IPS LCD screen, you're getting less vivid colors and blacks aren't as deep as an OLED panel. Still, the overall visual experience will suffice for your daily consumption. It supports Widevine L1, allowing for HD viewing on Netflix, and it also supports up to 4K streaming on YouTube. Thus, it's not missing out on delivering high-quality media for its price. The tablet has a quad-speaker setup, and it sure does add a level of immersion on watching your favorite shows. The audio is quite loud and can easily fill a room, and the overall audio quality is good enough for your entertainment needs. The highs and mids are okay, though the bass is not as punchy to my liking. As for biometric security, the tablet only supports facial recognition. So while it's decently fast, it's not as secure as other options, say, a fingerprint sensor. For optics, the OPPO Pad SE has a basic set of cameras. Both of its rear and selfie cameras consist of a 5-megapixel sensor. With the specs alone, you can kinda imagine already how its cameras are gonna perform. In good lighting, images come out okay with less sharp detail, decent colors, and limited dynamic range. The same level of quality applies on the selfie camera. And you don't want to capture photos in low light with this one, as the images start to look blurry and washed out. For video capture, the tablet can shoot at a max resolution of 1080p at 30 frames per second. No optical stabilization here, as expected of a budget-friendly device. Perhaps the best utility of this tablet's cameras is definitely for online meetings and classes, as well as convenient snaps of documents or writings on whiteboard for reference. Just like we always say with our usual tablet reviews, you're better off capturing photos in your smartphone because Android tablets in general fall short in the camera department. So there's that. Now, when it comes to performance, you may have to manage your expectations. Under the hood, the OPPO Pad SE runs on a MediaTek Helio G100 chipset. Our unit comes with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. You'll see in our benchmark test, the tablet achieved adequate results for CPU tasks. But in terms of graphic processing, the tablet leaves much to be desired. Its Antutu score reached over 400,000 points, which is just right. However, for graphic-intensive tasks like 3D Mark, the tablet struggled to deliver, with an average frame rate of above 8 FPS. That already explains a lot about its gaming performance, but that's to be expected. In fact, I tried playing a graphic-demanding title like Wuthering Waves, and it's far from playable. On the bright side, the tablet runs better when playing more casual games like Pokemon Unite or Mobile Legends at low graphics settings, although frame rate dips are still bound to happen from time to time. I would say it can handle productivity tasks well, since launching and switching from different apps were smooth in my experience. You just have to be careful opening multiple apps simultaneously, as the tablet tends to refresh them very often due to its limited memory. Additionally, since the tablet lacks expandable storage, your apps and files can fill up the available space rather quickly, so it's important to keep an eye on your storage usage. On the software side, I'm happy to report that the OPPO Pad SE ships the latest Android 15 out of the box. It's overlaid with ColorOS 15 on top, but its UI appears to be a light or toned-down version, which makes sense for a budget tablet. One clear sign this is a light version is the absence of system-wide blur effects. For example, when you open control or notification panels, the UI shows a plain solid background instead of having a blurred wallpaper. Despite this fact, navigating the tablet feels snappy and quick. You can also appreciate that there's little to no bloatware on this device, except the first-party system apps and the obligatory Google apps. Users will also appreciate the tablet's multitasking features such as split screen and floating window. The latter is limited to only one floating window, and if you add more, the other app will be minimized to a small icon. I find this great for power users who like to work on different apps at the same time. Unfortunately, OPPO hasn't mentioned how long they will provide software updates for the OPPO Pad SE. The brand does say that they pledge a minimum of 3 years of security updates. Take note, that's 3 years of security updates, not software upgrades. But that's just about it. Moving on to battery life, this is where the OPPO Pad SE excels. Powering the tablet is a large 9340 mAh battery paired with 33 watts of wired charging. And the additional battery capacity indeed makes a difference here. During our time with the tablet, it easily lasted over 2 days of runtime on a single charge with regular use. We didn't play games as much, but oh boy, the amount of binge watching we did on this tablet was ridiculous. That usage also included a lot of reading as well as doom scrolling on TikTok. As a matter of fact, our PC Mark battery test can vouch for us with the OPPO Pad SE achieving 17 hours and 56 minutes of battery life. OPPO even claims the battery can last for years, specifically for up to 800 days when Smart Power Saving Mode is enabled in settings. The tablet supports 33-watt wired charging, but the bad news is that there's no charging brick included in the box. So when we had to use a non-Super VOOC charger, the tablet took a little over 2 hours to fully charge. So if you have a Super VOOC charger lying around, it's best to keep it for this one to fully enjoy its fast charging capabilities. Connectivity-wise, our unit is limited to the Wi-Fi version only. And as it stands, only the Wi-Fi model is available for purchase here in the Philippines. For specifics, the tablet supports Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.4. Finally, let's talk about the price and answer the question. What do we think of the OPPO Pad SE? At 9,999 pesos, the OPPO Pad SE doesn't try to be the most powerful or fancy device, but it offers a good mix of style and basic features that many people will find useful. Its 11-inch display is crisp paired with loud audio, the OS is clean and provides the essentials, and the massive battery lasts you for days. For a tablet of this caliber, it's surely one of the best picks out there. With all that said, the OPPO Pad SE is a solid choice if you want a tablet that looks nice and works well for everyday use without costing a lot. But what do you think of the OPPO Pad SE? Will you get this if you ever had the chance? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful and informative, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon to get notified of our future uploads. Follow us on our socials, that's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, and visit youtube.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later!